Rising from the remains of the warriors whose lives ended upon the battlefield, the army of the dead consists of deceased warriors from Spartan, Athenian, Amazonian, and Myrmidon armies. They could be raised by any of the 12 Olympian gods in order to carry out their desire. The army was summoned to protect temples or the gates to Olympus or Hades when the main forces were otherwise engaged. Warrior souls were bound to their own ghastly remains and set to complete a specific task, after which they would collapse back into the earth and their souls sent back into the underworld. Formidable in battle due to their mystical nature, their original military knowledge is intact.
Happy Halloween, everyone! Today we are taking a look at the Skeleton Deluxe Accessory Kit and the Warrior Skeleton, all from Boss Fight Studios. Now, this is the first Boss Fight action figure I've ever gotten. I've never purchased from them. I've wanted to for quite some time, but it's just not been the right time to get it until I saw this Deluxe Accessory Kit. And actually, a good friend of mine, Chris, pointed out it had something in there that I wanted. I'd seen the set, but I totally forgot about it. And he pointed me to this set, and when I saw this set, I said, hey, I need this as well, because, these are just a bunch of pieces, and this is the skeleton. So anyway, I'm going to flip these boxes around here real quick, and we can take a look at the back. So the Deluxe Accessory Kit shows all the different items right here you're going to get. We're going to take a look at each of those more in depth. They have a cross sale for some generic blank skeletons at the bottom. And over here on the Skeleton Warrior, the Warrior Skeleton, we have kind of like a file card. It's going to tell you about it and some stuff. Here's a picture. It's pretty cool art. A lot of credits are right down here. And then this is their cross sale for some of their different figures, depending on which ones they still have in stock. This skeleton, I'm pretty sure, is kind of an older one from a while back. It's not a brand new one, maybe even a couple years. Like I said, I haven't purchased Boss Fight before, and I'm just starting to get into understanding, where they are in their figures and, which ones are sold out and which ones aren't sold out. But anyway, I'm really, really super excited to get these and get them out of the box, and let's take a look at them. We're going to kind of take a look at all of it at the same time, and I'll point out which things are which. So yeah, let's get these things open. I got them out of the package, and one of the first things I noticed about the Warrior Skeletons package is that when you take the back off, you could actually slide the back right back on. You could take the figure out, put the figure back in, slide the back card off and on, and it's really cool. You could display him in the package or out of the package, and that's a really cool aspect for a collector, is that packaging. So next first off we're going to zip over here to the Deluxe Accessory Kit for Skeletons and look at all these individual pieces and see what's in this set. This is a new set for this year. First off, we'll take a look at the heads. We get a pumpkin head, and he looks really pumpkin-y and Halloween-y. It's really cool looking. Next, we have what looks to be an alien head. Look at that giant skull and almost alien-looking eyes. It's cool looking. Next, we have what looks to be a monster skeleton. I say that because right down there in the lower jaw, it looks like there's fangs sticking out. So yeah, a monster werewolf skeleton thing of some sort. Next, we have some sort of a demon skull of some sort. There's a little bit of orange flare up here on these horns, but there's a fair amount of significant detail here on this skull. Next, we have one of these skulls, and it's got some horns right through here. The tips of the horns are a little soft and rubbery. It's definitely a different piece that's attached to the skull itself. Got that a little bit high. There is a jaw that looks like it's separate, but I don't think it actually moves around. I think it's just molded or attached there a little bit separately. And finally, we have the pirate skull. It's got a really cool red bandana over the skull portion and a bit of it hanging down. So when you put it flat, it won't work for me. He's got an eye patch on, a missing tooth, and it's just the detail is really nice on these skulls. The first of two weapon-like items will be this sword. This will work really well if you dress your skeleton up like a pirate. Boots and skull and sword. Next we have this item that fits really well with a Grim Reaper style skeleton. Too bad there wasn't some sort of a black cloak that you could put around the skeleton to really finish off that look. Next we have the first of three sets of boots. These are some black boots. The base of the foot and this portion are separate, two separate pieces. This portion will slide up the skeleton's leg, and this is the foot that will replace the skeleton bony toes. But notice that there's a little bit of detail, a little gold buckle on here. So these would be really nice and fit really well with the pirate look. The second set of boots are all black. There's no gold buckles, but there are little laces or buttons right through here. Again, the base of the foot here and this portion are two different pieces. That's why I'm not handling them. So this portion will slide up the skeleton's leg, while this portion fits and replaces the toes of the skeleton. These are really cool designed and detailed boots as well. The final set of boots are these brown boots, and again, two separate pieces. There is the base of the shoe that will replace the foot of the skeleton, and then this portion which will slide up the skeleton's leg. But these almost look like a leather type of a boot, but very nice detail, very cool looking. See, two pieces. We get a set of hands with long bony fingers that are kind of reaching out to try to get you. They're very neat and very cool looking. We get two additional hands, a left hand that's pointing with the index finger in a specific direction, and a right hand that's just kind of open palmed with the bony finger sticking straight out. There are two shredded cloth-like items in there. One over here says Boss Fight Studio, and the other one is just something. These will drape over the shoulders and over the neck of the skeleton. A pair of bony wings that need to be assembled right about here. You connect this to this with that joint right there. These will connect right there to the skeleton's arms. You'll pull the skeleton's arms out and slide these in there, and these will be the new arms on the skeleton. Now it's time to take a look at Warrior Skeleton's Articulation. Being my first boss fight figure, I'm assuming it's got a lot of the same modes of articulation or positions of articulation, whatever you want to refer to it as most of the other figures of this kind. The head will rotate. It's on a ball joint, so it moves around quite nicely. The shoulders will rotate all the way around and hinge right there. The elbows also will hinge and rotate. You want to be careful. Some of these joints are a little bit fragile feeling, so you don't want to accidentally bend or break something. Specifically like this wrist here, there is a hinge and a way for it to rotate. So it will rotate, and then I typically am holding it firmly at that joint so I can get a good hinge there. Didn't show it to you very well. I kind of bent that a little bit. But if you're very careful with that hinge, it will work. There is a rotation at the pelvis waist area. Kind of does maybe some more. And I think, but I haven't been able to confirm, that up in the rib cage there is another rotation, but I can't quite hold it in the right position to prove that that's there. The legs will hinge only up so far because there is a stopper up there, and it will rotate like so. The knees have double pins, both of them do, and the ankles have a hinge like so, and you can kind of rotate them a little bit. If you're not careful when you rotate them, the feet may pop off. This is part of the hack system. What was that? Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I'm going to have to look this up here. Highly articulated character kit system. So these are meant to be swapped out, pieces swapped out and changed and customized. So some of these will come off pretty easy. Like this right wrist popped off pretty easy for me when I tried. I'm not going to do it now. But when I tried rotating this foot, then that foot also came off. So if pieces come off, don't be surprised. Actually be kind of happy because you don't have to heat the figure up or with water or air or anything to swap out the parts. That's where the accessory kit comes in. I bought this skeleton so I could take off pieces and put other parts on. So let's take a look at the gear that the warrior skeleton came with, and then we'll show them to you all geared up. It came with this really cool looking shield. Looks like it's an octopus on there. I'll flip this around. His arm will go through this, and his hand will attach to that right there. It's a pretty good, solid feeling shield. He came with this really nice looking sword. It's got the handle and the blade, of course, of all good swords. A very nice looking Spartan or Greek helmet. It's got the brush up here on the top. It's got the gold paint on it. This is a really nice looking helmet. I think they've got a couple other figures that use this helmet, so that's why. He's got this really cool spear. Right here is a little bit thicker of a spot to have him hold on to it, so he gets a good grip on it. And finally, the figure stand. It's got two pegs, one there and one there. The interesting thing is he's got no holes on the bottom of his feet. So the figure stand, or in the package, it comes with these little clear things. They've got this little hole, or there's the little hole and a little opening there. You put the hole on where the figure's feet will go, like so. And then, we'll see if I can do this in focus. The feet will slide right in, not like that. It's not supposed to knock off this. But we will attach that back on and gently. I'm not doing this in the way you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to be doing this not, at an angle. But like that, it's going to be a little out of focus there. But anyway, so that's how you can attach this figure to a figure stand like that. And here he is all geared up. He's holding on to his sword and shield. He's got his helmet on. So yeah, he's all decked out here, ready for the undead battle. Lift up the shield here, very careful like. Then he can hide behind it. Roar, roar. Rotate this around. Can do different poses. It's very cool. Show you a few different looks with this accessory set. Before I show you him decked out in some of these accessories, I want to point out to you all this gold stuff and this waist piece can come off. You can pull the head off to get this armor off, take the feet off to get these lower armor pieces and the waist piece off, and disassemble this arm to get those pieces off. So you can take this stuff off. You can break him down to be a very base looking skeleton, and then you can start accessorizing him with this deluxe accessory kit. Here we have the skeleton decked out with the wing arms and the demon head. Here he is with the long bony fingers, the boss fight shoulder cloth, and the monster skeleton. Here he is with the pumpkin head, the Grim Reaper tool, and a black cloth over his shoulders, as well as the pointy finger. Because he's pointing at you. He's coming for you. Here he is with this strange kind of a skull head with the horns. And the space alien skull, at least that's what it looks like to me. It's a big skull. Maybe it's a Neanderthal. I don't know. Neanderthal or alien skull. Small eyes, big head. And we will wrap this up with the pirate look, wearing his boots and holding his sword and wearing the bandana and the eye patch head. Yeah, these are really cool. All these accessories are really cool. Boss Fight has a limited number of them from what I understand, so if you want to get this set, you better hop in and do that pretty quick. The skeletons, I think, are there for a while. I don't know, I just grabbed them. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want me to do more Boss Fight videos, everybody give me a thumbs up. If I see 100 likes, 75, we'll go to 75. If I see 75 thumbs up, I will do more Boss Fight action figures. Other than that, if you enjoy G.I. Joe, Fortnite, or Halo, I talk about all of those. Then hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, and you'll be notified whenever I do these types of videos in the future. Have a wonderful and safe Halloween. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.